In the suffocating silence after unspeakable violence, the only witness couldn't speak. It whined. It paced. Its fur, glistening under the harsh glare of police lights, held a secret no human eye could see. Hit that like button if you're intrigued, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever looked at your pet and wondered what secrets they might hold? Your support helps us bring you more deep dive mysteries like this one. This isn't a tale of a bloodhound tracking through the woods. This is the chilling story of how a single strand of golden fur, clinging to a killer's glove, became the silent, irrefutable witness that shattered an alibi and sealed a murderer's fate. The Millers, David, a respected local architect, and Sarah, a beloved elementary school teacher, embodied suburban stability. Officers noted his golden fur seemed unusually disturbed, clumped in places, as if someone had gripped him tightly. The lead investigator, Detective Angela Rossi, recalled, "The dog, he wasn't just scared. He looked violated, like he'd been part of the struggle, then discarded." Crime scene technicians moved with meticulous care, vacuuming every surface, swabbing every potential stain, collecting fibers and hairs, including numerous strands of Tucker's distinctive golden fur found near Sarah's body, on the stairs, and scattered around the den. One particular clump, caught on a jagged edge of the splintered patio door frame, was bagged separately. It looked like it had been pulled out. Their daughter, 17-year-old Shayna, was a bright artistic soul, deeply bonded with her constant companion, a gentle golden retriever named Tucker. The Millers were the neighbors everyone admired, the family whose porch light always seemed welcoming. No clear fingerprints emerged from the chaos. Robbery was ruled out. The focus shifted to potential grudges, hidden conflicts. Entwined within it, almost invisible to the naked eye, were two distinct, foreign fibers. Someone grabbed that dog hard enough to pull out a clump of hair, and their DNA was left clinging to the roots. The killer had interacted violently with Tucker. That single clump became the case's Rosetta Stone. The unique fibers pointed to potential clothing, and the mtDNA profile gave them a genetic signature to hunt. The silent witness had spoken. One was a common blue polyester, likely from work clothes. The other was rarer, a unique blend of nylon and spandex, dyed a specific shade of charcoal gray. But that wasn't the bombshell. Using advanced mitochondrial DNA testing, which analyzes DNA passed maternally and is often more resilient in trace evidence, the lab extracted a profile from the root follicles attached to Tucker's fur. This profile didn't match Tucker or any of the Millers. It belonged to an unknown male. A few names surfaced, but alibis seemed to hold. The case was growing cold, the pressure mounting on Detective Rossi's team. Then, the forensics lab called. They had something unexpected. Shayna often joked that Tucker was her furry shadow. Where she went, he followed, especially during her late-night study sessions in the cozy den. Little did anyone know that Tucker's unwavering devotion would soon transcend companionship and enter the realm of cold, hard evidence. The storm clouds gathering were invisible, born of a resentment festering in the shadow of their apparent perfection. Welcome to the Deer Creek murders. Before we unravel this extraordinary case where forensic science met canine loyalty, if you're captivated by the intersection of crime, science, and the unexpected, make sure you're subscribed to 60-Second Crime. Sarah had returned from a PTA meeting. Shayna was in the den, textbooks scattered, Tucker curled contentedly at her feet. Around 10:45 p.m., a neighbor reported hearing Tucker barking unusually frantically for about 10 minutes, then sudden silence. The next morning, Shayna missed her carpool. Calls went unanswered. Concern turned to dread when David arrived home for lunch, finding the front door slightly ajar. Inside, the scene was devastating. Sarah lay at the foot of the stairs, the victim of a brutal, close-range attack. Shayna was found in the den, her life violently cut short amidst her schoolwork. The home showed signs of a struggle near the back patio entrance, but no obvious burglary. Valuables remained untouched. It was targeted, personal, savage, the tranquil facade. Lives interrupted. Picture a quiet tree-lined street in Deer Creek, any town, USA, the night the lights went out. A scene of silent horror. It was a Tuesday night in late October. David was working late at his downtown office. Tucker was found trembling, locked in a downstairs bathroom. He was unharmed physically, but visibly traumatized, whining softly. Whispers on the microscope. The fur that spoke. The investigation initially stalled. David Miller had a solid alibi, verified by security footage and colleagues. No murder weapon was found. The clump of fur from the patio door wasn't just Tucker's fur. Detective Rossi had a chilling realization. The fur wasn't just shed. It was ripped out. Weaving the net. Alibis unraveled. Armed with the fiber and DNA evidence, the investigation refocused. They began cross-referencing persons of interest with alibis that now seemed shakier under renewed scrutiny. One name resurfaced: Mark Jennings. Jennings was a former employee of David Miller's architecture firm. He'd been fired 6 months earlier for erratic behavior and suspected embezzlement. He'd made vague, threatening remarks to colleagues afterward, including, "Miller thinks he's untouchable. He'll see." His initial alibi? He claimed he was home alone, watching TV all evening. Detectives obtained a warrant for Jennings' home. During the search, they found several items of interest. The DNA profile from the root also matched Jennings' DNA, obtained surreptitiously from a discarded coffee cup. A pair of well-worn blue polyester work pants. Crucially, the glove was a charcoal gray nylon spandex blend, a perfect match for the rare fiber entwined in Tucker's fur. A single black leather glove in a toolbox in the garage. Jurors were shown magnified images of the intertwined fibers and the hair root. It underscored the critical importance of. They heard how TDN, while not as individually specific as nuclear DNA, provided a powerful statistical match when combined with the other evidence. Jennings was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. During sentencing, David Miller, Shayna's father, spoke through tears. "They took my world." As one forensic expert noted, perpetrators plan for human witnesses. They rarely consider the biological evidence a pet might involuntarily collect and transfer. Dive deeper into forensic breakthroughs. Subscribe for more cases where science meets the shadows. But they couldn't silence everything. Even in our darkest hour, Tucker, he left a piece of the truth behind. Jennings received life without parole. Inside the glove's cuff, barely visible, clung a single, long golden dog hair. Yet, they also revealed the astonishing resilience of truth itself. Justice, in this case, wasn't delivered by a dramatic confession or a smoking gun. It was whispered on strands of golden fur, carrying the invisible signature of a killer who thought he'd silenced every witness. Tucker's ordeal reminds us that the pursuit of justice often hinges on the smallest, most overlooked details, a lesson written in biology and unwavering canine loyalty. Was absolute justice served? A family remained shattered, lives irreplaceable. But the truth was found, the guilty held accountable, partly thanks to a dog whose silent testimony echoed louder than any scream. It compels us to ask, in the dark corners of human acts, where else might the overlooked evidence whisper? The lab analysis was conclusive. The fiber from the glove matched the unique fiber in the fur clump. The golden hair found inside the glove was microscopically consistent with Tucker's fur and, critically, carried mtDN, that matched the unknown male profile extracted from the fur clump root. The prosecution built its case on the silent testimony carried on strands of fur and fiber. He lived out his days in a quiet, loving home, a gentle soul who carried a terrible secret that ultimately helped find justice for his family. A small plaque at the local canine training facility honors Tucker and the Silent Witnesses, a reminder that truth can cling to the most unexpected things. As the lead prosecutor stated in pretrial hearings, the defendant thought he left no witnesses. He forgot about the dog. Tucker's fur became the carrier pigeon, delivering the defendant's own DNA and the fibers from his glove straight to our evidence locker. It's a chain of evidence written in biology and textiles. The defense fought hard, questioning the sensitivity of MTD and the possibility of secondary transfer, but the combination of the unique fiber matched the hair inside the glove with Jennings' DNA and Sarah's blood on that same glove was overwhelming. The clump of fur with the critical root follicle was entered as People's Exhibit Number 1. Traces of Sarah Miller's blood were found on the glove's knuckles. Jennings was arrested. His alibi crumbled under the weight of the trace evidence. Justice served? Echoes in fur and law. The trial was tense, dominated by complex forensic testimony. The cultural impact was profound. The Deer Creek dog DNA case became a landmark in forensic science, highlighted in training programs for law enforcement and crime scene investigators worldwide. Meticulous trace evidence collection, never overlooking the smallest detail, including pet hair. Advanced DNA techniques, the power of mtDNA, and later, more advanced nuclear DNA extraction from challenging samples like hair shafts without roots. The pet factor, recognizing that pets are often present during crimes and can be vectors for crucial trace evidence. Their fur, saliva, or even claw marks can link a perpetrator to a scene or victim in unique ways. Tucker, the traumatized witness, was adopted by Sarah Miller's sister. The Deer Creek murders force us to confront uncomfortable truths, the fragility of safety, the depths of human hatred. This has been 60 Second Crime.